Yeah, we're going to cover today really how conversational AI can transform customer experience, but with a particular emphasis on it's not AI by itself, but AI in combination with its human counterparts. So we're going to talk a bit about human in the loop and human assist technologies, and really how that's going to be the tipping point in transforming CX. So just a quick. A little bit more about interactions than what Richard gave is which is pretty good overview. But interactions is really we consider ourselves an intelligent virtual assistant company. We don't call ourselves a chatbot company. Really, the reason being is that we render experiences across both the voice channels, telephony, and all of the messaging and chat and sort of the asynchronous text channels. And we do that with one single platform. It's an intelligent virtual assistant platform. So when I reference IVA or intelligent virtual assistant, you can think of it as a chatbot, but again, think of it as a chatbot that could work across virtually any channel. Another probably unique thing about us is we've been doing this for quite some time. We have over 100 million in revenue, about 475 employees. We have some of the largest brands in the world, probably the most prolific and largest brands in the world with the highest customer-facing deployments in the world for automating using conversational AI. And these are companies that you see here, but many others. Another thing too is we have pretty unique. We have a lot of technology and patents, and a lot of that is through some acquisitions we've done in the past and through our own growth. But in the past, we actually acquired the AT&T Bell Labs conversational AI group, and so we have a lot of history in terms of natural language understanding, speech recognition, and related technologies. So what I'm going to talk about today is really what we believe the tipping point for conversational AI is really human in the loop or human assist technology. And if you look at today, the way the world is in customer care, the real model that's in place today is that and the way we think of things is that you have a chatbot or an IVR that sits up front, and the chatbot tries to automate something, and when it can't, it's going to transfer that and release it to an agent. And you hear words like contain. Hey, I want to contain it in one channel and then move it to the other. Why? Because it's cheaper in my chatbot. And these are the things that really cause challenges for customers, because we view these as two separate resources. We view it as an IVR or chatbot and my agents. But the customer doesn't view it that way. The customer just contacts you because they want to get something done. They want to get it done quickly, and they want to get it done easily. So this whole model of the automate upfront and transfer to an agent, we believe is fundamentally broken. And we really think that's got to change in order to really drive conversational AI to its tipping point. So a little bit about what are the conversational AI technologies themselves. So when you think of the conversational AI stack, there are some pretty prolific technologies that are important in being able to deploy a chatbot or an intelligent virtual assistant. The first is speech recognition. So anytime that you're talking to a customer using their voice as opposed to texting, you need to convert that from speech to text, and that's what speech recognition does. The next is natural language understanding. Once we have something in text, we have to understand what that means. So what's the meaning? If I say something like, I want to fly from Chicago to Denver next Tuesday, I need to know that Chicago is the origin city, that Denver is the destination. All of that comes from natural language understanding. Natural language generation is sort of the counterpart to natural language generation is the counterpart to understanding. So now I need to speak back to the customer. So I have to render that in a language and a sentence syntax that the customer can understand. The next part, there's a lot, when I hear a lot about chatbots, a lot of the focus tends to be on natural language understanding. And a lot of companies think sometimes that, hey, I just understand what my customer says, and then I provide them a response, and then they hang up or they stop chatting and I've solved them. That's actually not the case. Typically what happens is, and if you've ever been in a contact center, and watched agents, they actually do things. Right? They don't just answer questions. They look things up. They look up account information. So they're performing some action, and sometimes those actions take multiple steps. And that's where dialogue management comes in. These are the rules and the actions that customer services agents take. So now we have to encapsulate those in an AI system that sort of replicate the steps that an agent would take. And then the last technology we'll talk about is human assist. And this is human assist can be a technology that's layered on literally any of these technologies. But what human assist can do is anytime an AI system can't interpret or understand or take an action, human assist technology, if implemented correctly, can jump in and actually take on that function at a moment in time and assist that AI technology. And so it's going to do two things. First, it's going to make that AI perform much better for the customer while they're interacting with them. And the second, it's going to provide all of the labeled data that you need to improve the AI system at any point, whether it's a speech recognition model, an NL model, or a dialogue model. So those are the real key points about human in the loop and human assist technologies. So a little bit deeper on this, I'm going to kind of go into how we've applied human assist and also how we have it applied today and where we're headed with the technology. So in the diagram you see here, you see basically a channel here. It could be a voice channel or a text-based channel. And so let's start with a voice channel. So we have a call that might come in, or someone talking over a speaker or an audio over a mobile. And the first thing that has to happen is speech recognition. So we need to understand what the customer says. So this point right here can be a failure point for speech recognition. Our ASR stands for automated speech recognition. So at any point in time, a customer may say something like an email address, or they may say something in a crowded environment where we're having two speakers speak at the same time. There's all these complexities that the speech recognition engine oftentimes isn't quite sure or has no concept of what the customer says. In normal systems, what happens is you force the customer to reprompt or re-speak what they're saying. With the human assist technology, what you can do is in real time, as soon as you have low confidence, you can stream that audio through human assisted technology to an actual person who acts at that moment in time as a speech recognition engine. And their job would be if an email is asked, and we know emails are very, very hard in the world of speech recognition because they're unconstrained alphas, alphanumeric strings, and we could recognize that quickly with the human assist technology and return that result back to the application. And this happens automatically. The customer doesn't know what's happening. Even the application doesn't know that the recognition event actually was completed by a person as opposed to the engine. So two things happen. First, we can create applications that fundamentally have human level understanding and recognition throughout. And second, anytime something isn't recognized, we're now labeling that. We have the audio and we have the understanding labeled by the human, and that is used to train deep neural networks to make these perform better. So talked a bit about speech recognition. The same happens for natural language understanding. We may not understand the way the customer phrased something, maybe outside the understanding or capabilities of the model as of today. Again, if that happens in a normal environment, you would try and get the customer to rephrase it. The way it works for us is that seamlessly then goes to a human, and that now they can interpret that part of the utterance or the text, and again recover without impacting the customer experience. So these are the two. So these technologies that I'm showing today are deployed at scale. We have billions of both utterances and text-based systems running through this platform. We have a BPO network that has the human assist agents that we call intent analysts in place. So most likely that most of the people in the audience today have interacted with an interaction system that's using this technology at scale. So that's the first part of human assist. The second part of human assist is really more at that action layer. And this is more at the dialogue management. Again, once I understand that you said you want to book a reservation at a particular hotel, now the agent has to take action. And at this point in time, dialogue management could kick in, but at any point in time, again, that dialogue management can reach out to a human counterpart and have them take action for them. So there's a seamless interface now between the AI system and the human counterparts. And this isn't merely just transferring to an agent, trying to listen, trying to provide agent hints. There's a fundamentally new way to really interact with the AI and human systems. So the way we've deployed this, and I mentioned earlier, we call ourselves an intelligent virtual assistant. The primary reason we do that, as I mentioned, is that because we have a single intelligent virtual assistant platform, and we're now able to render experiences across virtually any channel. Some of them can be a very synchronous voice channel. So we can carry on a conversation over a telephone in natural language where we're speaking back and voicing, but we also can blend these experiences. So someone can come in over a telephone, we can quickly then send an SMS message to them, send some rich text, some images, maybe we're providing an order status, we provide an update of the order, a picture of the order. And now we can invite the customer, as opposed to having to stay on the phone and interact that way, we can flip that to an asynchronous SMS conversation. So now the customer can respond on their at their convenience about that order as it progresses over time. We also can move from phone to messaging or mobile. Oftentimes we'll send a link and that's deeply embedded to a mobile app, and they'll open up the mobile app, and from within the mobile app they can now click to chat from within that application. So we really see ourselves as a real true digital transformation gateway because of that ability to start something over a phone, which many people believe is a human-led process on both sides. Human agents as call center agents and the human on one side, but we can now turn that into a true digital experience, either completely over the phone or moving that to one of the digital channels. So the next part that I want to talk about is really this concept of really fundamentally changing what happens in contact centers. And we believe that to truly transform and really get the leverage of conversational AI, there's two things that need to happen. First, you need to apply the technologies we talked about, not only the conversational AI technologies, but also the human assist technologies. But also what really needs to happen is a change in thinking. We have to stop thinking about this automate up front and transfer to the agent, and stop thinking of these as two distinct and separate sources, but thinking of them as an interconnected system. That the humans and the AI need to interact in ways they fundamentally don't interact today. And so new technologies need to be deployed, new techniques need to be deployed. And fundamentally, there's an opportunity to really even change how agents interact with customers and the jobs that they perform. Just like we did with intent analysts, as we started working with intent analysts, we created a new job category. These were people who in real time had to recognize and understand utterances. We believe that this is also going to happen at the action level. And we have new technologies that we're deploying that really fundamentally change how contact center agents can interact with customers. So with that, I'll turn things over to questions or any other thoughts or comments from the audience.